America will make you healthier one Coke at a time. Joey Swole shows us why PR is important. WNBA players want a bigger percentage of nothing, and people don't know how to feed themselves. All this and more when you support The Habit at patreon.com/doseofbuckley. Over the years, I've made a lot of predictions. Just call me Nostradamus. But some of them come true in prophetic ways. Like when I told you they'd create a Moon Knight TV show. Or that iDubbbz didn't know how to run a charity boxing event, the second one failed, and the third one got cancelled. Some of them come true in roundabout ways, like when I said Silento was going to be sleeping in a box every night. Turns out, he's now sleeping in the box every night. And some of them come true even though I really didn't want them to. Like, well, this one. Lil Tay is alive and well. And in 2 years, when she starts an OnlyFans like the Me Outside girl did and made like $50 million, we'll know that it was never Lil Tay that died. It was human decency. If you don't remember or didn't watch, in my 5 Stories I Missed videos from 2023 and 2024, I told you about Lil Tay, the child rapper whose death hoax was used to try and jumpstart her failed music career. Then her very real health issues were used a year later to try again, with even less success, and everyone claimed she was making up her heart surgery. But in the 2023 edition, I said she'd start an OnlyFans when she turned 18. Now, sure, that's a fucking layup. Like predicting Kanye will write something stupid on Twitter. But starting OnlyFans, she did. She launched her page a few days after her 18th birthday, claiming that the content she filmed was done so at 12:01 a.m. on her birthday. So, you'd get to see her at her most barely legal. Lil Tay porn is perfectly legal. And claims, if you believe anything she says, that she made $1 million in 3 hours. Now listen, I'm not some fucking trad wife or the loser from whatever. I don't give a shit if women sell their bodies for money, I really don't. But this is particularly fucked up for what I think are pretty obvious reasons. But there are people defending this. 18 is legal, you okay? Why, wait! Go to a normal Western country with an legal age of 16. You Americans are so backwards. Are they supposed to wait until she's 19? Is 18 now the equivalent of being a toddler? Why not 17? Or 16? Or 15? Or 14? Which magical number is the correct one? Guys, just want to stop you right there. Miranda rights exist even when you're not being arrested. You have the right to remain silent. You don't ever have to voluntarily tell everyone you want to see naked minors. You don't. You can keep those thoughts to yourself until they come to check your hard drive. Who's Miranda? Does she have a good OnlyFans? No. To understand why it's so weird, you have to understand the appeal of OnlyFans and the mindset of the people who are paying specifically for Lil Tay. Because I'm sure you've heard this before, or you've thought it before. Why would anyone pay money to see a girl naked on OnlyFans? There's a million free girls on the internet. And sure, there is. But it's not about paying to see a girl naked. Yeah, you can see it anytime. It's about paying to see a particular girl naked. Yes, if you want to beat off to faceless anonymous adult women you know nothing about, that exists. OnlyFans is about specifically connecting with specific women. It's in the name. OnlyFans. You are a fan of that person, and you are getting content only for you from them. You have formed a parasocial relationship with them, or want to. In Lil Tay's case, these people were fans of a 14, 15, 16-year-old girl, and the moment they had the opportunity to see her naked, they were like, oh, I've been waiting for this for so long, I have to get it now. And again, this isn't some 2020s liberal take here. As a society, we've thought this was weird for a long time. When Lil Tay put a countdown clock on her own Instagram for her 18th birthday, it of course brought back memories of the old internet days, the countdown clocks for Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen to turn 18. I can tell you, that wasn't some universally beloved thing. Dick Clark didn't fucking cut in live from Times Square on their birthday to drop a pair of balls for that moment. It's Dick Clark's rockin' Statutory Eve. Normal people who are allowed to live within 500 meters of a school have always thought those people were weird. It's never been normal to tap your foot and look at your watch going, "Oh, we're gonna look at this teenager's tits already." And that's what makes this pretty gross, is Lil Tay's even leaning into this. This is the crowd she wants. In one post, she said that the content is for everyone who pre-ordered since 2023. She's fully aware. She's like, oh man, all these men who've wanted to see my naked body since I was 16? Well, that's who I'm catering to. The breakdown of her earnings shows how much money she made from private messages, which many of these women get someone else to answer. Some people have speculated that her brother helps her with her content, because this needed to be even more gross. But you know guys were in there saying shit like, oh, I've been following you on Instagram for years waiting for this. Send them to the fucking chair. Small Tay also tried to spin this as empowerment. Why not? She's never said an honest thing in her life, so why start now? But she says her biggest inspirations for wanting to do OnlyFans is Sabrina Carpenter, who's never taken her clothes off for money and didn't start doing sexual stuff until she was like 25, and Sydney Sweeney, who was 22 when she first whipped him out on Euphoria, and then claims that this is a revolution and it's just like when women wanted to be able to vote. What are you talking about? Women have been selling their bodies for... It's literally called the world's oldest profession. There were prostitutes in the Bible. Jesus was friends with them, though I don't think he was looking at any sundials waiting for Miriam to come of age. She's trolling, 100%, no doubt in my mind. She's too smart for this. Yeah, you know, that little teeny tiny glimmer of optimism left in me thought maybe this is a bit. Maybe on her birthday, she's gonna post a whole thing like, LOL, just kidding. Here's a bunch of pedo accounts who are excited about seeing my naked body. But no, she's embraced those sickos. They've made her a millionaire, and she's more than happy to have them cranking it to her freshly 18 body. That's her words on her Instagram, where 5.8 million freaks have been following her to look at pictures of her for years. They aren't following her for her music. She's got 26,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. No one wants to hear her sing. But the difference between her and anyone else is like, you know, I don't care about Leonardo DiCaprio's age gaps, banging 19-year-olds or whatever. But when he bangs a girl like Camilla Morrone, who he met when she was 12 and he was 30, and then hooks up with her when she turns 18, something disturbing about that. Like dating your ex-babysitter. Oh, I used to tuck you in at night, and now we replace the T with an F. Sorry, but it's weird to fuck the guy or girl who used to make you paschetti while your parents were taking a break from your annoying ass. And yes, while I have no issue with women doing OnlyFans, girls need to understand that Lil Tay is an anomaly who already had followers. I knew a girl who started creating amateur porn before OnlyFans. She went to college with me. She moved on from it like a decade ago, but her content is still available online, and she made fuck all from it. That's the reality. Posts like this one from a girl who says she started an OnlyFans, made $180 a month, her pictures got leaked, and she can't get a job anywhere now. Something like 95% of women who create an OnlyFans account don't make enough to actually live on. Only the top 2% make any real money, and only the top 0.05%, so not half of a percent, become millionaires. The more likely scenario is that you'll start an OnlyFans, make so little money that you won't be able to afford groceries, but the guy at the checkout has seen your snatch on some leaked post on Reddit, and is thinking, I wonder if she's gonna use that cucumber in her next video. And yeah, the stigma exists, sorry, but it does. You wanna work with like kids or something eventually, be a teacher? There's a dozen stories about teachers being fired for having OnlyFans accounts, either active or before they were teachers. So, decide if that's all worth like $200 extra a month. As for Lil Tay, she shouldn't have to worry about that. If she's not a fucking idiot, she should never have to work again. But since I've had so much fun predicting things so far, she'll piss it all away and in 10 years be sobbing on Instagram about how she can't get a real job. All in time for her newest song that'll get 1,000 plays on Spotify. So in the meantime, Lil Tay, enjoy the attention from those 25,000 perverts. Yeah, $511,000 from subscriptions, at $20 a subscription, that's roughly 25,000 dudes who were just waiting for the internet's youngest flexer, a 9-year-old who went viral for holding a bunch of money to her ear, to come of age. 25,000. That's enough to fill an entire festival grounds. Preferably on Route 91.
Buckley, no!
Yeah, actually, the Route 91 Harvest Festival took place on I-15, which broke off from Route 91 in 1974. Typical Canadian, doesn't know the U.S. interstate system. LOL, your joke's stupid.